Hello guys. Today we're gonna talk about social structures and social stratification, the social mobility, and theories of socialization and identity. Let's start with the social structure. It refers to the way of the society is organized and which includes the various elements of institutions that shape the societal life. And it is just a framework within which the individuals interact, and it helps determine the roles, the statuses and relationships that people have in a society. So institutions would be the organized systems, structures that guide various aspects of life, like family or education, religion, government, etc. Whereas social roles and statuses would be the individuals' certain positions or roles that individuals have in a society. So also there are also groups and networks, which means individuals will be uh, forming some social groups that will identify them in a social network. And we have social stratification, which means that it is so social stratification itself is the hierarchical arrangement of individuals or groups within the society. So it is based on the many factors like wealth, power, education, etc. And it will divide groups or individuals into layers or strata. So there are types of certification systems. So there is a caste system which was in India, for example. Uh, in caste system, individuals are born into the specific caste, so it's very strict and it is very hard to uh, move from one caste to another. So it has very limited social mobility. We'll talk about later. Um, and there is also class system which is based on economic factor, which means person's income, wealth, and occupation will determine their roles and position in a system. So, but the class system would be less limited because it is easier to move from lower class system to upper or downwards. So, and there is also a state system which was popular in Europe. Uh, so it means that the society is divided into distinct states, such as the clergy, nobility, and commoners. And yes, so the roles and individuals' roles and privileges were primarily determined by their state. There is also good system meritocracy, which means that it values the individual's skills and merit achievements in determining the social status and opportunities. So, for example, in Kazakhstan, we have a little bit of meritocracy because, for example, um, if you know Ilya Ilin, he was Olympic champion, and his skills and his determination, his merit, his achievements made him go up in a social ladder based on his talents and efforts. So there is also race and ethnicity based systems, uh, uh, which it says itself, it social stratification is strongly influenced by ethnicity and race. So it leads to racial and ethnic hierarchies. For example, in Arab Emirates, Arabs are higher in a hierarchy than other races or ethnicities. So understanding these stratification systems is very essential to comprehend how the society distribute resources and opportunities. So let's now talk about the social mobility. So social mobility refers to the ability of individuals to move, to change their social position in a social hierarchy. So go up or down, or some ways in a societal hierarchy, right? So there are types of social mobility. There are three of them. So first is vertical. It is easy to understand. So you go up in a societal ladder or down. So it can be an example. For example, poor person getting education and getting more money would make him rich and wealthy, and having a good occupation would be would change his social roles and identity into more upper class. So he moved up, or you can go downwards from rich person to poor person, for example. There is also horizontal identity or mobility. It refers when you change your overall structure, uh, or I mean, you change your position, but you don't change, like you don't go up or down in a societal ladder. You just change your job or role in the same ladder. So you don't really change much. But also there is third one, structural mobility, which means which occurs when the changes in the overall system of the society create opportunities to go up or down. The example of it would be economic growth that may lead to the increased job opportunities for everybody, and everybody who jump on this opportunity can go up in a silent ladder. So it is very good opportunities. And yes, so there are two types of society: open and closed. Open society means it's not limited to move up or down, so social mobility is relatively unrestricted. So individuals can easily go up or down in a social ladder based on their talents, efforts, and achievements, etc. And also there is closed structures, which means opposite. The social mobility is limited. So it is very hard for individuals to change their social status, basically. So let's talk about now the equality, equity, and inequality. So equality is the principle of treating all individuals or groups in the same manner, regardless of their background or circumstances. So it aims to provide everyone with the same equal opportunities and rights. However, achieving true equality is very challenging. So you have to take account the background and historical disadvantages of the people. Uh, there is also equity. It's on the other hand, the equity recognizes the difference between individuals or groups, that they require different resources or opportunities. So the main goal of equity is to have an equal outcome of society in the society. So it is goal to achieve fairness between everybody and justice. So inequality, on the other hand, is refer to the disparities in the distribution of power, opportunities, and privileges within the society. So it's the opposite of equality. So understanding these concepts will be essential to analyze and address some social issues related to mobility, fairness, and justice. So there is also theories of socialization and identity. So let's talk about them. So there is a person, Talcott Parsons, a prominent sociologist. He contributed to the understanding of socialization through his structural functionalist theory. So he viewed socialization as a process that helps individuals internalize the social norms and values, ensuring that stability and functionality of the society itself. So he perceived socialization will prepare individuals for their roles and responsibilities in the society. But there is also other person, George Herbert Mead. He has a he is a key figure in a symbolic interactionism. He focused on the self role and identity in the socialization process. So he introduced the I, the spontaneous creative self, and the me, the self that viewed as an object that is viewed by others. So Mead's ideas highlight the importance of the social interaction in the formation of the identity. So what is the social roles and statuses? So the social role is a set of expectations and behaviors associated with your particular position in a society. So, for example, the role of a teacher is to instruct students and grade and maintain the classroom discipline, for example. And other social roles guide into how the individual should behave in various situations. Social status, on the other hand, refers to the individual's position within the social structure. So it can be ascribed, which means inherited. So they are born into the the social status, or they can be achieved. So they worked towards having the social status. So let's talk about identity. What is an identity? Identity is what encompasses an individual's understanding of themselves. So their sense of self-worth and their recognition of their role in the society. So it is multifaceted and can be various factors, including culture, ethnicity, gender, religion, and personal experience that will affect the identity. So there are types of identity. The personal identity pertains to an individual's unique abilities, characteristics, or experience. There is also social identity, which means it refers to an aspect of the identity tied to a group membership. For example, you are in a social group and you have the social identity of this group. There is also cultural identity, which means it encompasses elements like language, traditions, and values. So you have that identity too. So the social statuses, on the other hand, has two types. We talked about them: ascribed and achieved. Ascribed means you are born into the social status, so you're being a child, sibling, or a member of a particular race or gender, for example, which will give you the social status. Also, it can be achieved. For example, you have higher education, or you are a doctor, or you are an athlete, or a parent, for example, you made a child. So there are also achieved statuses. There is also a lot of agents of socialization, which means that it's institutions and groups and individuals that will influence the individual's socialization process. So it can be family, it can be school education, it can be peers, the friends that you have, the people you talk to, it can be media, it can be the religion, it can be workplace, everything that affects how you interact with other people. So understanding these theories, concepts, and agents of socialization is key to comprehend how individuals become integrated into society, so develop their identities and navigate their social roles and statuses. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening.